Welcome to Paw Prints on the Mountain. I'm your host, Tommy Boy, with White Mountain Radio. On the show today, my co-host, Deena Pace.
Hi, Tommy.
I'm doing pretty good. How we doing?
Not bad.
So this is a busy month, a busy time. I mean, July, we're talking about the parade and everything this 4th of July.
Yes.
And then August, as far as events, it's Happy Tales.
Yes, it is.
Where should we start? Should we start with Pet Sense?
I think we should start with Pet Sense.
Perfect.
So every Saturday we have adoptable dogs at Pet Sense, and that is thanks to our great volunteers. And then we have cats there every day available for adoption.
Now, why do we do it that way? Why not dogs every day?
They will not fit in those cat kennels, and we do not have enough volunteers.
That makes sense.
So if any of you out there would like to become a volunteer with us at the Humane Society of the White Mountains, those animals could sure use you.
Perfect. So that's at Pet Sense.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we also do other adoption events around, at different times.
So how does that work, and where do these animals go? Is somebody constantly on the phone trying to reach out to
Yes.
other locations?
Yes, they are. So 3 weeks ago, we had 9 animals, thanks to volunteers again,
Right.
go up to Utah. And then the following week, we had another shelter come up, and they took 12 dogs from us. And then the next week, not even 1 week later, we took 12 dogs down to Payson and met with another Phoenix rescue that took another 12.
So what I'm hearing is somebody somewhere is going to hear this and think to themselves, well, it's all clear at the they're in a good shape over there at the Humane Society.
Oh, no, because the minute we empty a kennel, it's filled again. We deal with animal control with the Pinetop Lakeside City. We take in all their strays, all the strays that people find in those areas, owner surrenders,
Right.
and then all of Navajo County. Navajo County has a facility in Snowflake, their animal control facility, and in Holbrook, and then us. And so out of the animal control facilities, of course, our Humane Society is bigger, and for some reason, we never run out of animals. And we have what we call it a want book. So if somebody's looking for a breed specific,
Right.
and we don't have it there right now, doesn't mean we won't get it.
Right.
So, make sure you go, and if there's a breed specific that you're wanting, go into our want book on that. And then when we get that in and it legally becomes our pet, then we call you and say, hey, this is what we have. Do you want to come see it? So
Perfect. You guys are going to be in the 4th of July parade as well.
we are going to be.
Is there going to be a way for somebody to see your float and maybe give to the Humane Society?
Oh, they will see our float, definitely. And then we will have our volunteers will be walking, and they can give. Spare change, every little bit saves these lives of these animals up there at the Humane Society. And so our volunteers will have donation canisters that they'll be carrying, and anybody that wants, and please do feel free to give what you can, because it all adds up to help these animals.
Now, the last couple of years I've been on our float, or with our float with White Mountain Radio, but I've also been a part of the crowd, and I've seen the kids get change from the mom and chase down the walkers for you guys. And actually, that's a pretty cool feeling knowing the kids are involved.
Yeah, and that's where helping in the future volunteers are the kids that care for animals, and to know that they're making a difference at that young age, that they want to help those animals.
Speaking of that, how did Kids Camp go?
Well, that hasn't happened yet. That happens, that comes up really soon now in the next couple of weeks.
I had my timing all off on
Critter
that.
Camp, yeah.
Yeah. And that's for someone that wants more information, go to hswm.org.
Yes.
And that's where kids can get really hands-on.
Yes, that's an educational camp that we put on, and there's 3 different sessions of it depending on the age of the kid, and they're 1-week sessions.
Yeah, I just time warped there. I thought it already happened.
No.
Biggest event for you every single year, Happy Tales.
Happy Tales.
We're actually going to have someone to come on and help us. It's so big of an event, we have someone come on and help roll it out.
Absolutely, and Terry will be coming on with us, and she's one of the 2 co-chairs. Her and Sally Huntsman are co-chairing this for us this year.
When is Happy Tales this year?
August 25th
Did
from
you already
11
say
to
that?
5.
I
No,
wasn't paying attention.
no,
That's happened before, even on the radio.
all the time.
So what happens at Happy Tales?
It is probably one of the biggest events up here on the mountain. We have a barbecue, we have a live auction, a silent auction, blitz auction, raffle tickets, our Doghouse General Store, and we have adoptions happening.
I'm watching this. I'm interested. I want to help the Humane Society. Does it cost me to get into the Happy
It does
Tales?
not cost you anything to get in. You can come in, walk around, have a good time. If you want the barbecue, it's $20 at the gate.
Okay. And how does this helps the Humane Society? How?
Well, let's back that up, because that's a really good question. Because so many people think, because our name says Humane Society of the White Mountains. They think that we're funded by the Humane Society of the United States
That's
or
a
the
misnomer.
ASPCA. We're not funded at all by any of these places. We are our own entity, and our funding comes from donations, from our fundraisers, and what few grants we're able to get, and our doghouse thrift shop.
So when we talk about the Doghouse Thrift Shop, we'll get there next. That's a direct connection as well. That's your ongoing everyday fund.
That is our everyday fundraiser, yep. Because a lot of people don't understand, in our small community, the animals that we serve, it costs us $1,692 a day
$1,600 a day.
to keep our doors open.
Wow. You're watching Paw Prints on the Mountain. We come back, we'll have Terry on as a guest. She'll give us even more information on Happy Tails. Welcome back to Paw Prints on the Mountain. I'm Tommy Boy with White Mountain Radio. Deena, you going to introduce our guest?
This is Terry Bankert. Terry is one of the two co-chairs of Happy Tails this year, and Terry is also a really great volunteer.
Has she been there for the whole 13 years?
For the last 8 years, I've become the off-site adoption chair.
Okay. Many hats.
Many hats. We all the volunteers do many hats, and sometimes we even wash dishes
Even
and do laundry.
So Happy Tails is, with the thrift store being your ongoing fundraiser, Happy Tails is the largest.
Yes.
So let's get into Happy Tails a little
Okay.
bit and talk about it. 13 years, has it always looked the way it looks now? For example, with the doghouse having its little store up there, has that always been that way?
Mark and Michelle started, they took it over 13 years ago.
Okay.
And said, we can do more to earn more money, make more money for the Humane
Moved it
Society.
up to Charlie Clark's.
Mark Sterling and Michelle Carter from High Five did that. Yep, they moved it up to the orchards, and it's almost always, I think it always falls the last Saturday of August.
It does.
And from that, this is the 13th year, but they built it. And then 2 years ago, I think, Terry?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 years ago, they said, we need help. You know, we can't continue to do all of it.
Right.
We will continue to do the live auction, but Deena, you have to get some people and you have to help us with this. So I called upon great volunteers, Terry being one of them, and Sally, who hopefully Sally can join us next month.
Sure.
And I said, ladies, we got to have help. And they took it. They just took it and have taken so much off my plate to make this a successful event.
And you might see somebody familiar, because I understand the radio's given us permission to do a live remote up there.
Nice.
had
So
to get
we
through
probably
some
see you
hoops.
again, Tommy
You more
boy.
than likely will. So you have to put up with me. Some of the things that goes on with the different kinds of auctions, let's roll through how they work and what might set one auction apart from the other.
Sure.
Let me talk about that if I could. We have the live auction starts at noon. Doors open at 11, and I've got to say, last year the skies opened up. It was pouring at like 10:30. We had a line out the door, people
Really?
standing there with umbrellas. At like 11:05, the rain stopped, and it was beautiful.
So they don't get a pre-list. They don't even know what they're bidding on yet.
No, nothing. So what we do is we stage everything at Chrissy's Ski Shop up in Pine Top Lakeside.
Got it.
That opens July 16th, 15th or 16th. We're going to be there Monday through Friday, all the way up until August 25th.
Got it.
To accept donations,
To accept
correct?
donations. You can purchase your raffle tickets there. You can purchase your barbecue tickets there.
Got it.
So we collect all these donations. Last year we had almost 900 single donations.
Really?
Yeah. Everything from a $10 gift certificate to somewhere to, oh my gosh, there was that beautiful antique hutch.
Yes.
Barbecues, etc., jewelry. Golf carts, golf packages, vacation packages. It
Yes.
just goes on and on.
Nice.
Now, let me just, in the live auction, we only have so much time.
Right.
So Mark and Michelle will come there usually the weekend before, and as a committee, we'll go through and say, let's put this, and this in the live auction.
Okay.
And then as we go through, we'll select things that might be better suited for the silent auction.
Okay.
Or the blitz auction, which is a timed auction. Or we also have a raffle bucket table where we Sally Huntsman actually creates amazing, and her volunteers creates amazing baskets of barbecue stuff and steaks and all sorts of things that folks can bid on, and they just buy $5 tickets, and then we choose whatever ticket is the winner.
One of the things that I wanted to hit on too is you have this motorcycle, you got raffle going on as well. How does somebody get in on that? Where do they get those tickets?
They can get those tickets at Chrissy's Ski Shop.
Yep.
They can get the tickets at the shelter, which is open Tuesday through Saturday, from any of the committee members. The Doghouse Thrift Shop. Call the shelter, let them know. We'll meet them somewhere. We'll sell them those tickets. They're $10 a ticket.
And the value of the motorcycle.
I'm not sure the value of
I
the
believe
motorcycle.
the value of the motorcycle was $2,300.
Okay.
So you might buy a ticket for $10 and have a $23 motorcycle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
Pictures
or
of
you
it
might
online?
buy 10, like what I'm going to
Yeah.
do, and I'll be driving that motorcycle to work if I win.
You got pictures of it up online?
We do have, it is online on our flyers. There's pictures of the motorcycle
Okay.
and all kinds of information about Happy Tails.
So how does the silent auction work?
The silent auction works. We have, I think it was almost 300 different items in the silent auction. It's under the pavilions at Charlie Clark's.
Right.
And this year it's grown so big, we've also rented a tent to augment the pavilion.
Wow.
And yeah, it's amazing. And each item you can either have a buy it now, which we've kind of thrown some numbers together for this particular basket. Maybe if you bought these items retail, it would be $500. So we'll say, well, for $200, you can buy it now and it can be yours.
Nice.
And you do that. Or on a silent auction, you can go up in increments of $5 or $10, write your name, and
Your
then
bidder number.
Your bidder number, rather. Yeah, thank you. And who at the end of that period, like one silent auction table might end at 2 o'clock. One might end at 3 o'clock. One might end at 4 o'clock. So whoever wins gets that basket.
It is Paw Prints on the Mountain. Thank you very much for telling us about Happy Tails. Welcome to Paw Prints on the Mountain. I'm Tommy Boy, Deena, and Terry. We're right in the middle of talking about Happy Tails, but since it's such a big event with so many different moving pieces, I thought we'd do it again.
Good.
I think we ought to, definitely continue it because you can't cover it all in a couple of minutes.
I would think not. So we were talking about the different kinds of auctions.
Right.
We've done silent auction, we've done live auction. Dessert auction's my favorite. How does the dessert auction go?
Well, the dessert auction, we go to 5 different establishments. All we have time for is 5 desserts.
And that one thing, when I've been at dessert auctions, people end up sharing.
Yes.
The next thing you know, you're trying some of this and you're trying some of that.
Yes.
Yes, they do. And remember, we had one of our people that came to the auction last year, Diana, and she bought, 2 or 3 of those desserts in the live auction and sent it over to the staff
Oh, nice.
and the
Fabulous.
volunteers.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people hear $500, but at a dessert auction, that's not really, these things go 7, 8, 9. Everyone knows it's going for a good cause.
You know, the highest one I ever seen was my first year at Happy Tails, and I've been there 10 years now. And Charlie Clark's had made this dog bone cake.
Right.
And that one went, I thought I was going to pass out. It went for $1,800.
Wow.
Yeah.
And one of the big companies here bought that, and they shared it with everybody, But it wasn't about the price of it. It was the cause of where it was going.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about how Happy Tails became. It was 13 years ago. Somebody somewhere had an idea. How did this all get started?
A lot of dedicated people to the cause, and they took it and it's just built. Every year it's bigger and bigger and more people come. For several years there, one of our honorary board members is Judy Todd. And Judy Todd is David Spade's mother.
I was just getting ready to ask you.
Yeah.
And Judy Todd still comes, her and Tom, her husband, every year to Happy Tails.
Nice.
And David Spade actually would sponsor Happy Tails for several years. He hasn't been able to do that for a couple of years, and we're okay with that.
Right.
But Judy is an honorary. She's just a special person.
certainly is.
And so Judy always comes, and she brings a following with her.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if no one's met Judy Todd, come to Happy Tales. Meet Judy Todd. I mean, you will know where David got his sense of humor from.
I was at a live remote about 3 years ago. She's a couple tables over. My on-air name is Tommy Boy. There's a movie, Tommy Boy. Her
Right.
son starred in it and everything. And so I went over and introduced myself. And the next thing you know, she puts my phone number in her phone. Different things happened, and I got a chance to talk to David Spade. So my phone number is in his mom's as Tommy Boy.
I love
Yeah,
it.
that was pretty cool. She's one of those real people.
She is a real people.
She is.
Yeah, and so one of the other fun things is the Blitz auction.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
Timed. How do you time an auction?
There's two different ways we do it. Okay, one is there's a limited number of tickets. Let's say we almost always get a gorgeous still chainsaw, one of those big chainsaws, and most of us up here go cut our wood because that's how we keep our houses warm in the winter, right? So they may sell 20 tickets for $20 each or something like that, and when the tickets are sold, they're sold.
Wow.
And they drop.
Yeah, and they draw. Or they'll sell a number of tickets for a limited time. So that's why it's the Blitz auction.
Okay, gotcha.
So you're just running around trying to find that person, trying to get that person and get that last ticket.
I know when we were there for the live remote, it's fun. You can hear the different things. If you're not right at something, you can hear people are having a blast.
Yeah.
Walk me to. I just walked in. I came in the main gate there at Charlie's. What's the layout? What am
Okay.
I seeing?
So you walk in the main gate, and we do encourage everyone to attempt to get their lunch tickets beforehand.
Okay.
Once you get your lunch ticket, you walk through a quicker line. You get your bidder number. Very important thing to have that bidder number so you can bid on everything. You walk straight ahead is where our raffle buckets are.
Okay.
You walk to the left will be our Doghouse General Store, where they have amazing items that you can buy right there. You don't have to bid on them. There's no silent. You can just say, I'm going home with that one.
This is the doghouse moving somebody.
The Doghouse moving some items. And then further to the left is the silent auction. My favorite, of course, to the far right is our adoptions.
You bring up animals.
We always have adoptable dogs there. Last year, I think we had 8 adoptions in 5 hours of times. Wow. They went to, and we hope they bring them back this year so we can see those critters again.
Sure.
Then you can also go to where the stage is at the Charlie Clark's Orchard. Right in front of that is where the live auction happens.
One of the things that I'm not the brightest bulb in the box. We were doing the remote, and I kept seeing Happy Tales is named Happy Tales for a reason. This is a very pet-friendly event, and there's animals everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
See them walking around.
Yeah, and you know what? We've gotten to the point where we all carry pooper bags, you know, and if the people that bring their pets don't have them, we're happy to supply them, you know.
Yeah.
We just need to make sure we clean up after them, and yeah, it's great because so often, like you said, Terry, we see the dogs we adopted previously come to that event so they can see us. And that's, you know, I think one of my favorite thing about this whole organization is the homes that we find for these animals.
Absolutely.
And being able to follow through and watch them grow into a
Yeah.
great family.
Yeah.
Got a family friend who always kind of mopey when you see her. A few years back, she adopted a couple dogs. Her whole persona has changed.
Yeah. I saw a gal yesterday inside Walmart that adopted a dog from me, Murphy, the border collie.
Yeah.
I heard my name
be darned.
across the Walmart, Terry, and she had me for 15 minutes talking about what a change this dog has made in her life, and that's why we do Happy Tales, and that's what we're about.
Very nice. We'll leave it there. We come back, we'll do a quick wrap up. It is Paw Prints on the Mountain. Thank you very much for telling us about Happy Tales. Welcome back to Paw Prints on the Mountain. Deena, Terry, busy show talking about Happy Tales.
I know.
Now
We're
we
talking about our favorite thing, the Humane Society of the White
Of course.
Mountains.
In the recap, let's make sure we talk about the Doghouse Thrift Store, because not everyone's aware that the connecting the dots.
Right. And you know, we're really, Tommy, you and I, between the radio and this TV show, we're getting that word out there. The Doghouse Thrift Shop is the Humane Society's everyday income. So every time you spend any money there, just know that every day it comes back to support the homeless animals, all of it. And so we are open. Our summer hours are actually Monday through Saturdays from 10 to 5, and we accept donations Monday through Saturdays 10 to 4:30.
And why that? Why would we ask for that 30 minutes?
You know what? Because we have so many donations coming in, thank goodness, because that's what keeps us going. But we have to process them and get them back inside the building before, you know, we close that day. So
Had an opportunity to go to that door to bring some of these items were donated. Real efficient and glad to be there and help. But you can tell they have a nice day and they got other stuff. But very, very the way it's laid out, very smart.
yeah, thank you. You know, and it's a great set of people over there. There's a little bit of staff and a lot of volunteers that make this happen. So
Let's talk about if I've got a large item and I drive a smaller vehicle, there's a way you guys can help out with that too.
absolutely, call our thrift shop at 368-2248 and make arrangements, and we'll come and pick it up.
That's pretty slick.
You know what? We know that you want to donate for our cause, which is the homeless animals, and so we want to be able to help you get it to us.
I got something. I think I want to donate it. What kind of thoughts should I be? How should I decide if that's a donatable item?
You know, that's always a touchy thing. But you know what you and I have talked about before, Tommy, is I need to look at my stuff like, you know, I'm sitting here in, you know, not the nicest pair of capri pants, but to me they're great.
Got it.
Would anybody else buy them? Probably not at this stage in their life. So if I'm not going to buy it, would somebody else buy it? And we need to look at it that way. You know, gently used, because we do know that you want us to be able to turn it around and get top dollar for these animals.
Absolutely. So consider its condition, and
Yep.
if you wouldn't buy it, probably don't donate it.
Exactly.
Simple as that. It sounds a little harsh when you say it that way, though.
Yeah, and we don't mean to be harsh about it. You know, just let's be realistic about it.
Yeah, and I think one of the things to add to that is if we determine, yeah, you know, it's stained, it's torn, if we have to throw it away, it costs us money.
Sure.
So then it actually takes away from the homeless animals.
Yeah, now we're actually doing a reverse work.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Do you want to take a second, Terry, and talk about the importance of microchipping?
Right.
Every time we talk about microchipping, there's a few things we want to make sure that information on that chip's valuable.
It is so valuable. When we do an adoption, we automatically transfer the microchip to the new adopter.
Got it.
Sadly, we do get dogs into the shelter that have a microchip that perhaps they didn't adopt that dog from us. The microchip never even got registered. Or the microchip, the phone number's disconnected.
Well, that'd be awkward to talk to an old owner or something.
Well, yeah. Or and so here is a dog or cat that is obviously loved and cared for,
Right.
and we can't find the owners. That is so sad.
The process for microchipping, painless as well,
Absolutely, it's smaller than a grain of rice.
right?
It's a shot right between the shoulder blades of the animal.
Meaty part up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's easy.
and it's $20, and we can do it. You know, you don't have to have an appointment with us. Just come when the Humane Society's open. We can do it there, and we're open Tuesday through Friday from 10:30 to 5, and Saturdays 10 to 5.
Yeah.
It would be heartbreaking, too, as an owner, to realize I might have my pet back if I had it only.
Yes.
If I had only, yes.
Yes. You
And
know,
I want to mention one thing also when we're thinking about that. July 4th is coming up.
Right.
It is a time, if we do have fireworks, and I don't know if we do or not,
right.
but more pets are lost on July 4th than any other day of the year.
Well, I know they're running, but I didn't know more of them than any other day of the year.
Yeah. Because of the fear, the noise, the bands, the this and that. So keep those pets secure.
Yeah, they don't always exactly understand what's going on with 4th of July.
Not at all.
right?
So the importance of keeping that up to date and knowing that if you've got that and the animal's gone, there's the odds got to be phenomenally better to get your animal
Oh,
back.
absolutely, because not only can any animal shelter, so can any vets. Most animal control officers all carry microchip scanners now, so they can read it, make that phone call, and get that animal right back to you.
It's easy to lose a collar.
Yes, it is.
We tried to retrieve an animal the other day. It was running around Porter Mountain. It wouldn't come to us, but its owner pulled up, and you knew it was its owner because it ran right to him.
Right.
So that had a happier ending than I thought it would have. It
for
could
you.
have turned out a whole bunch of different ways. You probably hear that all the time.
We do. We absolutely do. And you know, we always want to reunite them. And being the only humane society in the White Mountains, we get animals from all over. We have people traveling up from Phoenix. They may get to Globe or Payson and find an animal outside of there, and they bring it to us.
Sure.
And unfortunately, if it's not microchipped, chances are very slim, you know, unless people just really and truly call everybody around. But we should be one of the first phone calls if you've lost an animal or if you found somebody
Lost
else's
and
animal.
found.
Someone's looking to adopt, hswm.org.
Yes.
And under adoptions, they're all there.
Well, no, they're not all there, but the ones that are ready to be adopted
Sorry,
are.
that's what I meant.
Because that's what people think, you know, they may look at our website and go, oh, you've only got 20 dogs. No, we've actually got 50 dogs, but only 20 of them are ready to go at this point.
So who wants to recap Happy Tales, the date and the time and the place?
Terry does. She's our host.
Well, there you go.
See that bus go by?
All right. Yeah, I did.
Thumbs up.
August 25th, the last Saturday of August, live auction, silent auction, blitz auction, dessert auction, adoptions, lunch. 600-700 people of your closest friends.
Sure.
People come from out of state
They do.
to attend this event
It's pretty cool.
every year.
Yep. And it's at the Orchards from 11
Oh,
to 5.
thank you.
I would imagine as time goes on, we might see some more changes, some more additions to Happy Tales as well.
Absolutely.
Oh.
You know, there's always things
Never
changing
stops.
and moving and, you know, new ideas, different ideas, you know. So, and you'll see more and more people and more volunteers. And so, and if you're a business, trust us, we will be out to see you.
All right. Deena and Terry, it's been Paw Prints on the Mountain. Thank you for watching. You got a lot of information on Happy Tales.
Thank
We'll
you,
see you
Tom.
next time.